This is the MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. Midweek news. We're one light actually in studio today, so I added his his avatar we had done a while back when we used to loop it, and so I reused it. And
oh my God!
He should have been here.
Whole stairs about to get back over there.
Oh God!
If you're just listening to the audio and want to know what's so funny, you'll have to go look at the video on YouTube or Facebook.
That is priceless.
No, I'm waiting for him to do it. We're going to get the housekeeping out of the way. Hope everybody's having a good week. Today is hump day. First of all, we're going to be talking about a story tonight that's pretty graphic and stuff. So if you get triggered or upset by stuff like that, the warning ahead of time, okay? Because it's pretty nasty. I didn't put part of the videos up because they would shut us down immediately.
Yeah, it's very disturbing.
The video is very graphic. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh, is that dude that stabbed his old lady?
Yes.
God, that video is fucking crazy.
Also, if you'd like to join the private group, it's the MOTORCOP Chronicles Clubhouse, go apply, and I'll have to approve you. And then
it's a $50 application fee.
It is not. It is free. Don't let him lie to you.
Don't worry, I'm in it, and I don't know how to get back into it. I just see the updates.
But yes, you can go and join the MOTORCOP Clubhouse if you'd like. I post stuff in there that I don't put on other stuff.
Suck box.
And also, I started an Instagram account. Also, it's MOTORCOP Chronicles.
Did
podcast.
You really?
Yes, I did. That's up there.
The
OG
you gonna take
is on
pictures
the
of your
IG.
feet and shit?
What?
You gonna take pictures of your feet and stuff and put it on there?
No. What's up, Anastasia?
Oh, there's my girl Anastasia.
We got Freebird here in spirit, as you can see if you're watching the video there.
He's nodding along with you over there.
So,
him and his parrot.
Yeah, he's got his parrot and
His pasties.
his pasties on and all kind of stuff.
That's a
like
blue
that.
and gold macaw. Pretty bird.
So, but I do have the Instagram MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast on Instagram. You can go follow me on there. Other than that, anybody got any other announcements or anything to make?
Yeah, I do. First off, why the fuck are you wearing a pink T-shirt, and why is my name in pink?
I'm sorry,
it's
that
not
is
pink.
not pink at all. That is the brightest ass orange shirt.
It is orange. You're colorblind.
It matches his rap whistle.
Yeah, my rap whistle. It matches it perfectly. This is one of the T-shirts I had made that
Hey, Malin.
that I didn't like the quality
Malin,
of too
you're just
much.
jealous
so.
that you didn't get a pair.
It was up, Yvette. So if that's all we got to do, Freebird did text me and say that I am wrong. They had nothing to do with it. It's all me. I was like,
no, it's all him. He didn't even tell us. He says, I got something for him.
Bam said she's leaving work.
So I guess we'll start these stories because we got quite a few to get into, and it might get long.
Hey, giggity. I swear you sent 2 days worth of stories.
No, it's 13 total, but some of them aren't very long, so we'll try to get to all of them. I usually only do 12, so you got one extra. That's it.
Okay, so it wasn't did you have a picture to share with everybody about your smoked meats?
Oh, I didn't put that on here. I don't tell stories on this one too much. You know that. They'll have to wait.
That's the whole thing. We're career law enforcement sharing stories.
Yes, but I'm supposed to have I'm supposed to have a guest I'm recording with in studio this Friday. He's still active law enforcement, and I don't know if his wife is gonna want to be on it. Also, she is a dispatcher, so I don't know if she wants to add some stuff in there with it also. So
hey, did you know that Holstera does not have any angel envy? Just saying.
He's just jealous. He's jealous.
I don't. Why does that bottle look so expensive? Is it like the shape of it or just the name?
It's probably just the name. I mean, it's really good. I like it. Chad likes it.
Malin, I got to drink. I got to drink some kind of energy drink right before this podcast because if I don't, I'll fall asleep after being here all damn day long. So, are you allowed to talk about the smoked meat story, or?
Yeah, I'll talk about it, but I don't do it on this one.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
No, you're not. I'll turn your mic off.
If you could do that, you wouldn't tell me to mute my own.
Oh, I can turn it off. I could just zap you right off.
Just mooting.
Is that a story right underneath that? A Facebook story that the box sent? No.
Yeah, I'm doing that as a shout out. That's what put us that over. It's just gonna be a quick thing. It's cool.
Yeah, that's.
I put that picture up there. Hopefully they don't. It's not up there, but I got it to. Hopefully.
Well, I got it off of Facebook.
Yeah, but they had it behind sensitive content. All right.
Be aware, everybody. This is all sensitive content.
Yeah.
Who wants to start us off with the Milwaukee PD?
Because I have no idea where the fuck we are.
All right, I got it.
Got it.
Milwaukee PD told to inspect officers for thin blue line imagery. During roll calls, please inspect our members and remind them the thin blue line is prohibited. In all caps, said the email.
Believe that shit.
The fuck?
Milwaukee police supervisors have been told to inspect their officers' uniforms and remove any thin blue line imagery such as pins or bracelets. In an email dated April 11th, Captain Carolyn Birch reminded supervisors the officers are prohibited from wearing the thin blue line imagery while on duty. According to the email, an officer was recently photographed wearing a thin blue line bracelet. Birch ends the short missive by telling supervisors to inspect their officers at roll call. It reads, a photograph of a D7 member wearing a thin blue line bracelet has been circulating on social media. During roll calls, please inspect our members and remind them that the thin blue line is prohibited, yada, yada, yada.
Do they read why?
It just says in February, the police chief banned the imagery from any MPD image posted publicly. Officers are still allowed to use the thin blue line imagery off-duty.
Well, you think?
For certain ceremonial events. This is our directive that the thin blue line image should not be attached to any MPD image posted publicly in any of our buildings or attached to any of the MPD property, such as equipment or vehicles. This is not a full list of the particular places, but again, examples of. But please note that I do not take the directive lightly. Thus, this directive does not affect our off-duty life, nor does it affect any pre-approved ceremonies or materials attached to one of our fallen officers. The decision particularly ruffled some feathers when he ordered it. Advertising faith group support still operates, yada yada. Doesn't really go into why he.
I'm sure somebody or some group found it offensive, and the chief sounds like he must be some little woke.
They
pansy.
Fucks.
He's a pansy ass, and just bowed down
it's
to
Milwaukee, so snowflakes are probably prevalent.
Yeah, so they just bowed down to it. I just think
That's
I'm
the
sure
stupidest shit in the world, especially when everybody knows what. I don't know. Does everybody know that the thin blue line is just the line between good and evil? Yeah, and we're the last line of defense. That's what it means.
I wonder what happens if they wanted to wear a rainbow pin. You think that would be okay?
I bet
you that would be
they could probably paint their cars.
Or what about a BLM pin? I bet you that would be okay too.
I'm thinking if I was ever in charge of a law enforcement agency, I'm thinking we would put the thin blue line American flag right below the American flag.
Well, they had a PD. I think it's changed now, but at one point, not too long ago, their part of their color scheme on their door in the lettering of the PD was the thin blue line.
Right.
Had a whole design.
Because it has a very prevalent meaning to some of us.
So this chief over there can suck a fat one, put it that way.
Right off.
That's ridiculous. He's an ass. So the next one, I do have a video for us. Let me just pull that up and we'll watch the video and then we'll talk about it.
Of course you do. So as soon as I opened it.
Well, you should figure they're going to have video on this one.
Cleveland police are investigating a video posted online showing two people pointing guns directly at an officer. Police and city leaders are expressing their concerns over what they say could have been a very dangerous situation. Amani Abraham brings us up to date on what we're learning tonight.
The video posted online appears to show two people pointing guns at a Cleveland officer who was sitting in his cruiser.
The video makes you sick.
I want to say right here, and everybody's like, well, why can't we have dark tint? That's why. That's why dark tint's illegal right there. That was my first comment
when I seen it.
Yep.
I don't know why they blurred out the bad guys' faces in here. I saw the video on Instagram on a law enforcement account. They don't blur it out. The reason he didn't see them is because I can't tell you how many hundreds of cars I see every single day that the tint's so dark on it you can't see. I can't tell you how many I pull over and when I get if I can't see in it, I stay back and I'll knock on it and make them roll their
knock on the back window. That's what I was
I'll make and roll their crap down before I even get close enough. Yep. So it's just that's why you don't have dark tinted. That's why dark tinted windows are illegal.
The video is only 7 seconds long, but Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association President Jeff Fulmer says it brings up concerns regarding the safety of officers in the city.
So you pray every day that everybody goes home safely.
Councilman Mike Polensek is the chair of the Cleveland Public Safety Committee. He says the individuals in the video put the officer and themselves in a dangerous situation.
It could have been a very, very deadly.
I bet you if they had started shooting, he'd probably been safe if they were pointing at him because they usually
look
everything
at him.
Besides, they're probably felons and everything else, and they wonder why people get killed.
Yep.
When I'm sitting in traffic, I try to avoid being window to window with people at all possible. Even I'll pull up or whatever, or stop farther back than what most people will stop or something. Just out of, I guess, being doing this too long, being paranoid.
Situation there. You have to ask yourself, what were they thinking?
Both Fulmer and Polensek say they hope the individuals are held responsible. Cleveland police have confirmed that the video is under investigation, but didn't release any other details and no word on whether any charges may be filed in this case. A police spokesperson said that would be up to a prosecutor. Laura.
Yeah, really disturbing video. Amani, thank you.
Oh, it says Chicago or some shit.
No, Pennsylvania or something. I don't know. We'll go back to the video. You can look. I mean, if this cop would happen to see them, they could have had shots fired. It could have been,
I think it was Cleveland or something. Huh?
It might have been Cleveland, but
Cleveland Public Safety Committee. He says the individuals in the video put the officer and themselves in a danger.
That's the problem.
You're damn right.
You got idiots like that with guns.
Yep.
Guns aren't the problem. It's the idiots holding the guns.
Last
that's
time I
the problem.
checked, my gun never did anything on its own.
No, we talked about that last time. It's the idiots with the guns.
Absolutely. I would never walk up to it next to a car like that. Like, for instance, my windows on my truck are 2.5% tint. I reel them down if a deputy or somebody was to pull up behind me. Immediately, open all my windows. I don't want anybody to ever feel that kind of threatened. Because I'll tell you, if I pulled over a car, which I've done several times with 5% or less tint, yeah, you knock on that back window until they reel it down. They yell out something like, "Oh, it's broken." Well, okay, unlock your doors. I'm going to go ahead and open it. And I pull out my gun and proceed to open the back door. I ain't playing this shit. I've seen way too many stories of an officer walking up to a car, and before the window's even reeled down, they could take a shotgun blast to the face.
Yep.
No.
Correct. So hopefully they'll find out who these fellas are, and hopefully they get charged. We'll see. I don't know if how Cleveland is over there. So I don't know how.
It's one of the Yankee states, so.
How their prosecutors are, no bail reform and crap like that. You want to take this next one? Where's the media?
Of course I do. See, now that ain't what the hell I got. I got the New Jersey governor.
New Jersey governor.
Oh, well, read the New Jersey governor then.
Okay. New Jersey governor says he'd consider banning recreational pot for off-duty cops. The remarks came after the state's attorney general last week said officers would be allowed to use legal weed off-duty. Well, of course they would. We're just civilians when we're not on duty. Jesus. Trenton, New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy said Monday he's open to changing rules on legal recreation marijuana in New Jersey to effectively bar police officers in the state from getting high while they're off duty. The governor's remarks come as recreational weed is set to be sold legally for the first time at a handful of locations in the Garden State, beginning Thursday. According to a memo from Acting State Attorney General Matthew Platkin last week, off-duty police officers in New Jersey are permitted to consume cannabis products and should not face discipline for doing so under the state's legal marijuana law. We'll get back to that because I got a story. But some lawmakers have voiced concerns about off-duty cops getting high because marijuana stays in people's systems longer. Jesus Christ. And it's harder to track whether somebody is currently under the influence. There are no...
It stays in your system like 30 days, don't it?
Well, it does, but the effects are gone the next day.
Yeah, but
I mean, alcohol.
I know what the problem they're saying is that, let's say the cop's involved in a on-duty shooting incident or a crash or something like that, and then he goes test. He might not be high, but let's say he smokes weed and he tests positive for THC, and let's say he smoked it 5 days ago, and how they can prove at that time because he's testing positive.
Yep.
If he hit his target, he wasn't high.
What happened if he didn't? What happened if he ran over a bicycle or something like that?
Come on, high. If you see a police officer driving down the road going 3 miles an hour, he's high. Okay.
I'm telling you, you can't distinguish it as the problem.
Yeah, yes, you can.
No,
you act completely different high than when you're sober. You want to find out if somebody's high? Ask them if they want Twinkies or pretzels.
Well, I'm just telling you, I kind of agree with it. I don't think, and I'm still active if it was here. I don't think we should be allowed to smoke it in certain professions, period. Certain professions, I don't think firemen should have to be able to smoke. If you're in some kind of profession where other people's lives can be in your hands, you shouldn't have anything like that in your system.
Well, it's also that you got to hold yourself to a professional standard. We have those that don't. But still, you've got to set that bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, it's rare. I believe, look, marijuana can be a great stress reliever for individuals if they're under, like you covered on the 10-8 podcast. It's great for anxiety. It's great for depression. You know, you can smoke it a little bit and laugh. You go to bed that night, say you smoke weed at 10 p.m. By the time you wake up for your shift at 6 a.m., it is over, okay? How many times, well, I know I'm better at answering this than you, but how many times have you went to bed drunk and woke up and still felt drunk? Well, a couple times in your life, I'm assuming.
Maybe twice, and it was both when I was in high school and college.
Right, but that's what I'm getting at, is those effects carry over. I've seen far more cops come into work with hangovers and feeling drunk than ever being high because it doesn't last that long. You're talking about 3-4 hours. Unless these fuckers are chewing gummies, and that can last up to 24.
Yeah, but see, that's when you can get the issue with it in there. Because like I said, when they go to test them, they're still going to test positive for it.
Yeah, but you can test positive the next day for drinking too. It's one of those things. Like if you're going to ban them from smoking pot, which I don't agree with because it can alleviate their thoughts of suicide, I would rather, if you're going to take away their marijuana, you also need to take away their alcohol. You need to make it so cops can't drink. It's both recreational.
We're going to have to.
It's not like these people are smoking heroin. They're smoking fucking weed.
We're just going to have to agree to disagree on this one. I just don't think, I chose a profession, and I chose a profession where I knew I couldn't, wear earrings or, dye my hair purple and grow a mullet and all that stuff unless I was in narcotics or something. But in generalization, I made that choice.
Right, but you got to imagine times are a changing, brother.
Yeah.
Look, back when I was on, you couldn't have any facial hair. Now you've got guys growing full beards.
Well, it just depends on which department. You still have departments that are still very strict.
But
on it.
like some places allowed tattoos, and some places said you had to cover them. Things are evolving now, and it's so weird. But I come from a state, once again, I got into the same profession where you have to hold yourself to a certain professional standard. But it is mostly legal down here now. And it's one of those things, I've always said alcohol is a bigger threat to humans than marijuana ever will be.
I'm just looking, that's going to cause a lot of legal issues. I just think you should, if you want to smoke weed, don't be a cop.
Yeah, I think that's a rabbit hole that most departments don't want to go down.
Yeah, so that's just what I think about it. So I got to agree with that one. I think if you want to smoke weed, then just get out of law enforcement, go do something else. Like I said, we'll see where it goes to. So, I mean, it's going to be, if it's like, I agree with Holster where it says, if it's legal, it's legal. Just like alcohol. It's legal. You can drink alcohol when you get off of work. So if it's legal, it's legal. So I want to see how they're going to work around it. I just don't think
I think there's going to be a lot of individuals with my mindset.
So we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, I agree with you on the legalization part. If it's legal, like with alcohol and stuff like that, I just don't think. I think it should be department by department. If you work for a department that don't care and let you do it when you're off, then you want to do it, fine. If I worked for a department that said and it was legal here and they said it was fine, I wouldn't do it. I just wait until, I'm close enough to retirement anyway, but I would wait because I just don't want to. My luck, something bad would happen, and then they think, oh well, he was high, and it's going to be a whole ordeal when it's like that. It's not worth it.
I had a captain who, for the longest time, said that the day he retires, he's going to find him a baggie and he's going to roll up a big one, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to sit on his back porch and.
Well, I always said when I retired, I was going to get me a big fatty, sit in a beanbag chair naked, rub green Jello on my nipples, and eat Cheetos and smoke weed.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
He lost me at green Jello.
But how about this, Iceman? Another illegal drug that I guarantee you've met a few police officers that are on it currently. Steroids. Human growth hormones.
Oh, yeah. You can kind of tell which ones are. Come on.
Oh, yeah. But, their supervisor never gives a shit because the guy shows up and he looks like a brick tower house.
I mean, they had that one, who was that black bodybuilder guy?
No, he wasn't.
Lewis Coleman?
Yeah, he was a cop for a long time. Really? Like you couldn't tell he was dosing like a son of a bitch. So, I've only ever heard of a couple departments.
No, Dirk, you're fine.
I've only ever heard of a couple of departments here and there ever testing somebody for steroids. I think they were just going.
And it's when they want.
They're just going after. They were just going after them.
It's, we don't. I got a wild hair up on my butt for so-and-so, so we're going to test him today. Yeah. That's all that is.
Well, the problem is we're going to we're just going to segue into another one. Too bad it's not the next one.
We'll come back, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we can talk about it.
That's what I was getting about coming back to. One of my actual zone partners went overseas to Amsterdam and smoked the hell out of some weed. And when he came back, he got asked, did you smoke weed while you were there? He goes, yeah, I was in a country where it was legal. And they tested him, and he had to go on 30 days of unpaid probation until they figured out the policy issue. So, yeah, I've been on the other side of that.
But like I said, I'm just going to talk about the other one because I don't have to read the whole thing. It's in Texas. The Department of Public Safety has
they got U.S. Marshals.
They have. I know. I'm talking about a different story. I'm just going to, since we were talking about steroids, the Texas Department of Public Safety over there. They already have a lot of departments will have mandatory physical fitness tests. I used to work for one that did. We had to pass a physical fitness test every 6 months to keep your position. And then a lot of departments will have physical fitness training, but it's just a participation type thing. So, but in Houston, I'm not Houston. In Texas, Department of Public Safety with the troopers or whatever, they're gonna I don't know how they can do this legally, but they're gonna require. Listen to this now. Men cannot have a waist bigger than 40. Your waist cannot be bigger than 40. And females' waist cannot be bigger than 35 inches.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's like a year or whatever, but you have to show that you're working to take the weight off or stuff like that, and if not, they can possibly let you go and stuff like that. I'm like, wait, hold on. None of these people they're talking about, I forget how many they said it was, a couple hundred of them, 200 something, I think. I'm going off of memory now. But none of these people who have like my waist, I wear like a 42 pants, so that means I'd have to lose 2 inches. And
you're a big boy.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But none of these people that they're talking about have failed the physical fitness test. They have all passed their physical fitness test. But now they require.
Like they need
so
to revise
it's gone
that.
from a physical fitness test to a
beauty
image.
to a beauty contest, actually. So I don't know how.
Because they can't take into account things like height. Because my next door neighbor is like 7'4". He's a massive man, and his belt is obviously bigger than that, but he is in great shape. So
I'm just saying, they're going to this shit. So in those cases, you're gonna almost force some of these cops to maybe start taking steroids and stuff like that to try to drop the weight and put the muscle on so they can keep their jobs.
They don't call it steroids anymore. Now it's human growth hormone.
No, human growth hormone is like a different thing on it. But yeah, so I could see where they're going to push people to do that. So, anyway, I think that's stupid. I don't think they're right. I mean, you can do physical fitness tests, but you're going to tell somebody what size waist they're supposed to have? I've seen guys that were skinny as fuck that couldn't do, they wasn't fat, and motherfuckers couldn't do 10 fucking push-ups either. And I seen the big fat guy bust out 50 of them. Okay? So you can have your skinny guy that can't do 10 push-ups. So it's fucking asinine.
They'd stop smoking all that weed, they'd be all right.
Well, I don't know if they're smoking all that weed there, but I think it's just freaking asinine for them to do that.
Hey, Jed.
Now you can go into where is the media?
You mean the U.S. Marshal story?
Yes. Read the headline.
Hey, wait a minute. Box, ain't it you?
No, it's you.
It's you.
Is it really?
By proxy.
Okay. I just read the New Jersey one. That's why I was like, okay. Where's the media? U.S. Marshals Task Force recovers 16 missing children. Makes 5 arrests. An operation. Fucking pop-up. Fresh start. New Orleans, Louisiana. Jeez, another pop-up. New Orleans, Louisiana. Operation Fresh Start. A 3-month operation conducted by the Missing Children's Unit, MCU, of the United States Marshal Service, Eastern District of Louisiana, New Orleans, mouthful, has resulted in the recovery of rescuing of 16 children. The unit also made 5 arrests and discovered alleged sex trafficking. No. According to a press release from the U.S. Marshal Service, Operation Fresh Start was conducted from January 1st, 2022 through March 31st, 2022. Participants including the U.S. Marshal Service New Orleans Task Force, the New Orleans Police Department, multiple sheriff's offices, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the Department of Children and Families in Louisiana, Georgia, and Florida. Press releases author Brian W. Fair, Deputy U.S. Marshal, took note of how New Orleans has spearheaded operations such as Fresh Start, which is bullshit. Grady Judd did it down here at the same time frame, except for arrested hundreds of people. New Orleans was one of the original U.S. cities to begin the USMS pilot program for Missing Children's Unit in 2016, and the U.S. Marshal Service, Eastern District of Louisiana, Deputy U.S. Marshals have provided instruction to other USMS districts and state agencies on how to coordinate their MCU operations, which have gained national news attention within the last 2 years. I'm just going to go back and revisit that. This is not new. That's actually very small potatoes. They didn't cover Grady Judd either in the fact that they arrested hundreds of sex offenders and saved children.
He just wants to dog on everybody that's not Florida. You understand? That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm not. But my issue is it should not take the federal government's intervention to catch this shit. A local sheriff's office should be the first line of defense. They should be out there proactively hunting down these pedophiles.
That's not what the story's even about.
Yes, it is.
No, the story's about the media aren't reporting on any of it.
Right, but that's what I'm getting at. They didn't cover Grady Judd's either. If it wasn't on social media and it wasn't such a huge success, nobody would even know it. Like, the media is not covering sex trafficking at all, period, across the board, ever since Biden took over. But that's for another podcast.
I was going to say, I got all kind of stuff to say about that, but...
Yeah.
Because when Trump was in there, they talked about it all the damn time.
So,
Freebird agrees with me.
He's just over there. He's just agreeing with everybody. His pasties are pulling on the hair on his chest and all kind of stuff. Well, we're going to Aaron State. I don't think he's here, but we're going to Aaron State. Over there to the great state of Illinois. Let me pull this story up.
Illinois.
The Fighting Illini. This is from Law Enforcement Today. Illinois' law allows defendants on home confinement to be unmonitored for 2 days a week, leading to more crime. I mean, you got to give somebody a break from their monitoring, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in jail, we're just going to let you out for 2 days and go do your thing.
I think it's people on home arrest.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
One provision of the Safety Act, a criminal justice reform law in Illinois, permits defendants on home confinement to be unmonitored for 2 days a week. As one would expect, defendants have gone on to commit. This thing's popping around.
Yeah, it's popping on mine too.
See, that's what I'm telling you.
Anyway, when they're out there, when they're not being monitored, committing more crimes. The Safety Act, which stands for Safety, Accountability, Fairness, and Equity Today, that just sounds like it's a fucked up program.
Wait a minute, you got the key word coming up.
Was assigned
Allegedly
into law by the Democratic governor J.B. Pritzker in February of 2021. The law is an extensive 764-page document. That's fucking ridiculous.
Now, what's the odds that
I wonder who's read that? Yeah. I mean, you probably get to the first 2 pages and then fell asleep.
They probably snuck this thing in on the backside and said, we're going to let him out for 2 days.
According to Illinois criminal justice information, implements sweeping reform impacting many aspects of the criminal justice system, including pre-arrest diversion, policing, pre-trial sentencing, and corrections. According to the report from the Chicago Sun-Times, one essential movement provision is in the act. So they got an act in there called the Essential Movement. It requires that criminal defendants who are on home confinement while awaiting trial must be given a minimum of 2 days a week to move freely without being actively monitored. Why?
Jesus.
The motherfuckers are at their house watching The Price is Right.
So you got an overcrowded jail that you have to let somebody go on home confinement for, but you're going to let them go have 2 days off.
Yeah, why don't you just let them out the jail for 2 days? It's like, all right, it's Friday, everybody go home. Y'all come back home, Monday.
Come on back. We'll have breakfast cooked.
What are they supposed to do? What do you think they're doing during this unmonitored time? During that time, they're supposed to be working or looking for a job. Yeah. Undergoing treatment for mental illness. Sure, I saw a lot of that happening. Or drug addiction. And I'm sure they're working on their drug addiction, like getting drugs.
Yeah.
Getting more.
Attending school or buying groceries according to the law. You can't say that now because you can have everything fucking delivered to your house. So you can even have your groceries delivered. So that's bullshit. Not surprisingly, dozens of these defendants have not limited their activities to those items. No. You telling me people that were arrested and are in home confinement would break the rules? They have decided to commit more crimes instead. The Sun Time notes.
Who would have thunked it?
No, I would have never guessed that. I mean, not a criminal. For example, one defendant was accused of committing an armed robbery. Well, he technically wasn't breaking the rules because he was when he robbed the people. I mean, that he considers that his job to make money, so he could go buy groceries. He was just getting grocery money.
So what about? Okay, let's say John Boy is in jail, or he's on home confinement for domestic violence. Just throwing it out there. So he gets his little 2-day vacation.
All I see is a big mold now. He's John Boy, and from the Waltons, I see that big brown mold on the side of his face.
I was thinking John Boy and Billy, but anyway. So he goes out on his little 2-day ROR there, and let's say he goes and does something else, kills somebody. Who's liable for that? You know,
I think the judge should be.
Yeah, if it's my family, do I get to turn around and sue the DA and the judge and whoever else because they're the ones that let this dude do his thing, and now my loved one's injured in the hospital, dead, whatever.
Well, Roy says hello from YouTube because he's in Facebook jail again, which don't surprise me.
Hey, Roy.
Hey, apparently we're both in Facebook jail, so I have no idea.
Unspecified number were charged with illegal gun possession and drug dealing. You told them to get a job. They were working as a street pharmacist.
They were already trained in it.
3 were charged with shoplifting, which that goes back to the grocery shopping part right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, of merchandise valued from $350 to $4,000. Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart has called for scrapping of the essential movement provision in this Safety Act, noting that judges at their discretion were already allowing defendants on home confinement to attend school and work, he told the newspaper. At a bare minimum, they should say if you're charged with a violent offense and you're given home monitoring, first of all, if you're charged with a violent offense, your ass should be behind bars.
Yeah, there shouldn't be no home monitoring.
There should be no home monitoring at all. None.
Jed's doing something with Yellowstone horse shit. I'm kind of confused.
It says, you're given home. You don't get to wander around free for 2 days a week. Cook County Public Defender Sharon Mitchell argued to the Sun-Times that the vast majority of defendants are compliant with the terms in their electronic monitoring device and do not commit additional crimes. Okay, well, what happens if you got one that's like on home monitoring, he's on his 2-day furlough, and he accidentally goes by your house and kills your family or rapes your daughter or something like that? Would you still agree to that, Ms. District Attorney lady? I bet you wouldn't.
They would say
yes. I bet
yes,
you wouldn't.
and until it happened, they would say yes.
However, although only 1% of these on the Essential Movement Program have been caught committing crimes, Dart also said that 1% might be an underestimate, as most shootings and other violent crimes in Chicago don't result in arrest. Dart gave an example of the problems inherent in the Essential Movement provision with the story of a 19-year-old defendant, Charles Monroe. Last year, the Sun-Times reported Monroe was seen throwing a gun from a stolen vehicle. He was arrested on gun possession and placed on home confinement. On March 3rd of 2022, one of the days when he was not being monitored, Monroe was spotted exiting a car and pointing a Draco gun towards the Cook County Jail. No shots were fired, but investigators did later confirm via GPS that Monroe was near the jail that day. Investigators searched his home on the 7th and found 5 guns, including the Draco weapon. Monroe is now being held at the jail with no bail on weapons charges awaiting trial. Well, that's not fair. He's all bird. He was just going to shoot at the bird, a pigeon.
These gangbangers getting Dracos. Never mind.
Yeah, well, that's Freebird spirits here, and I bet you wish you would have been here now. It keeps going on. They keep going through all these different ones this long. I keep reading it. Basically, it's just fucking bullshit. I mean, it's like I said, if you're going to let these people, violent criminals that are on home monitoring with a little ankle monitor on, get a 2-day, 2 days, you can still do what you want to. Why not, like I said, every Friday evening, you open the jail up, let all the inmates go home, and just tell them to come back Monday.
No ideas.
Just tell them to come back Monday. I mean, that's basically what they're doing. That's basically what they're doing.
Absolutely. Blake, we can get you a set of those tassels if you want.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, of course, look where it's coming from. It's in Illinois over there, and they just do some fucked up shit. So, all right, I guess we'll all take turns on this next one. Do you want to read part of the story I sent?
Uncapped Freebird's nipple.
One eye.
You need a hat that says that.
The story this is a story that gets pretty graphic and stuff that we're going to talk about. So, just warning now up here. It's
real touchy subject around here for the last couple of days. It happened over the weekend.
Was this y'all?
Yeah, it happened here in Baton Rouge. I've watched the video. I know you've watched the video.
As much as I could find of it. The whole video is 15 minutes. I've been able to locate about 4 minutes of it. I'll just put it out there right now. It's still on. Of course, YouTube has removed all of it. Facebook has removed it. The video is up to right before we came on air here. Is still on Instagram on somebody's account. If somebody, if anybody watching or listening wants to see the video, go follow me on Instagram and I'll share it with you. I'm not going to put it up or nothing. It's extremely, just warning ahead of time.
It's a snuff film.
If you watch this, just be prepared.
I think snuff film's an understatement.
Yeah,
I mean,
this man, this piece of...
No, don't even call him a man.
This piece of fucking shit right here, him right here. Let me find it. This piece of shit right here, in the middle, throwing gang signs up.
Yeah, the whole time he's talking.
While he's being arrested and stuff for a first-degree murder. He, what?
This guy right here in the green.
Yeah, right here. Right there.
Wherever, he's above my head.
And, but he killed his girlfriend live on Facebook. Here's a 15-minute video. He stabbed her
repeatedly,
umpteen times in this video that's still up right now.
But
it shows him. He's hitting her and he's physically stabbing her.
He's elbowing her. You can see
the blood. He's stabbing her.
You can see the instrument in his hand. He's got it wrapped up in a towel and he's just steadily jabbing her the whole time.
And this took place because
go ahead.
They were both. Go ahead.
I gotta ask, because after watching the video a couple times because I seen there was a few times he would punch her, he didn't have the knife. And then suddenly he pulls it out at the end and starts going to town. But he kept saying, you thought you were going to take my drugs and run.
Well, he had her.
I didn't know if that was his girlfriend or this was somebody he was selling dope to that was trying to rob him.
I'm not
it's
sure
his girlfriend.
Which one it is, but I know he had her tied to the steering wheels.
Yeah, but it's his girl. It was his girlfriend. They were in a relationship. And from what I've read, some stuff I read just a little bit before we came live, that they, according to news and stuff like that I was reading, they had been on a 2 or 3 day drug binge together, just using drugs constantly.
You could tell his brain was fried.
Oh, yeah, and if you look at him, he's dripping in sweat. And
it's tiring stabbing somebody.
Yeah, well,
it's
sure
very,
it is. I mean, I haven't been in that position before, but... So anyway, let's kick this off. A woman was found dead in a parking lot of an office building on Sherwood Forest Boulevard late Monday night. Okay, so this had happened Monday. Hours after she was tied up and repeatedly stabbed during an attack that was live streamed on social media. Police discovered 34-year-old Janice David's body shortly before 10 p.m. That's David Holstera, just by the way. I don't think you heard me.
No, I fucking heard you. I'm just trying to... Where the hell did Iceman go?
He's here. He's having to take some medicine. He's a little stuffy tonight.
Oh, it's Flonase. I see it.
Around 10 p.m. Near the Sherwood Tower, her body was found inside a vehicle, and officials said it appeared someone had tried to set it on fire. The victim was bound to the car's steering wheel with jumper cables, and the attack went on for over 15 minutes. On Tuesday, Baton Rouge Police Department arrested Earl Lee Johnson Jr. for first-degree murder. Police said that Johnson and David had been on a days-long drug binge before he choked, beat, and stabbed her. They were involved in some drug usage together for a couple of days, and then the result, as everyone has seen on Facebook Live, is a very gruesome, very evil act, BRPD spokesperson LeJean McKinley said. Yeah, gross and disgusting is very much it.
And you can barely... At some point, I was playing it and was just listening with the phone up to my ear because he's so ignorant. You can barely understand what he's saying.
He was making a reference. I don't know if it was a friend of his he was making a reference to, or if it was a child or a son or something.
It was his son.
Is that
he
what
said
it was?
something about his son,
Yeah,
and then
he
he
said,
said,
"I'm doing this for you." And
Yeah,
like,
then he said something about. He also said something about say 3 good things about somebody.
Yeah,
and it's kind of hard to do that when somebody's stabbing you
repeatedly over and over and over again.
I did find another video earlier today. I think it's already been taken down. It was on Facebook. I saw it. It was like before he started the other stuff. He had a tire iron in his hand, hitting her in the head with the tire iron also. And if people that don't know the story, after all this was done, she was dead in the car, naked. He tried to set the car on fire and burn it, which he didn't do.
And then he was running away.
He ran into another couple, a lady outside, and I think he was going to try to steal her car at first.
That's the way it sounded. And, he was going to try to carjack her.
And he told them, I just killed somebody, but I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah. So he ran away from them because I think the guy had a hammer in his hand or something.
The husband came out.
And to top it all off, the dude just got out of jail in January.
He just got out of jail from doing 15 years from other, I think, burglary, thefts, or something. He did 15 years.
15-year sentence with credit for time served in relations to an armed robbery in 2007 related to a 2005 arrest. So this dude is not like...
No, he ain't been out of jail. I mean, he just got out of prison. Now, like I said... Hell's too good of a place for a piece of shit like this.
See, if Freebird could hate Gilbert Godfrey, I'm allowed to say that she knew the kind of relationship she was in. She was dating a gangbanger that was obviously not right. Like, this was bound to happen. Either this or die in a ditch with a needle in your arm.
Unfortunately, y'all know that you have these women that, this is an older picture I have of her up here. I think she was a little bit heavier woman.
I think so.
These women have such low self-esteem.
Yep, absolutely.
They go at, here's this guy, he's young, got muscles and all this stuff like this.
And I'm sure he's got some money in his pockets because he's out here slinging. He's a con artist. He's a criminal. They know just what to say. They boost these women up, make them feel like they're these, beautiful princesses, and their self-esteem so low that that's what they go with. And or they're also, and I can vouch just from past experiences in many years back. There's women that just want to date these dirtbag criminal thug wannabes or whatever. Yep.
And I'm sorry, that's what you get.
And then the minute, you get called to the house, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way.
Oh, no, she would be the first person to jump on your back or stab you.
You try to arrest him and take him in for beating on her,
I'm not
going
to talk bad about the dead woman.
And I'm not saying she would do that. I'm just saying there's been calls. I mean, when we worked together at a particular department back in the day, and we went to a call out on the east side, and, you get there, and it's a husband and wife who've been fighting all night long. Well, she has a freaking little snub-nosed .22 in her hand, and she put it straight to his chest and tried to shoot him. With the only reason he's still here, was still there that night, is because she pushed the gun so hard into his chest before she pulled the trigger, the gun couldn't function properly.
Right, cycled.
So when you want to take him to jail because you're thinking she's the fault, and then she jumps on you because you're taking her man to jail.
Yep, happens all the time. That's why literally the most dangerous call you can go on is a domestic dispute.
Absolutely.
Because you never know who's going to turn out to be your enemy. Iceman, you could probably give your buddy your Instagram.
Well, I just went and looked,
Probably already taken down.
The video is gone. It was there an hour ago, but I'm seeing if it'll pull up here.
I mean, yeah, you sent it to us.
Yeah, but it maybe since it was pulled down, he might. Nope, hold on. I still have it here. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna send it to you on your. I'm gonna text message it to you, Roy. Hopefully it'll work.
Who's reading The Man Jailed in Perkins?
Why don't you go ahead and do it since he's
All right. Man jailed in Perkins Row kidnapping has decades-old history of rape arrest. No shit. Baton Rouge, a man accused of sexually assaulting a woman after he abducted her from shopping center parking garage, was arrested for rape in at least 3 other cases dating back decades. According to the Louisiana Department of Corrections, 69-year-old Leon Curry III was released from state custody in 2006 after serving his sentence for a 1973 armed robbery in which he allegedly raped here we go with that fucking word, allegedly raped a dry cleaning clerk in Baton Rouge. Curry was convinced of robbery in that case.
He was convinced?
Convicted?
Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry.
You just said Jesus.
I miss Freebird.
That's great.
Curry was convicted of robbery in that case, though prosecutors never pursued charges for the sexual assault. Oh, I need another cigarette. He was also arrested for 2 other rapes around the same time, but it does not appear that he was prosecuted in either of those cases. That's the one crime he keeps getting away with. Curry was back in custody Monday after sheriff's deputies identified him as a suspect in the Perkins Row kidnapping. The victim told investigators she was getting into her car when Curry jumped her and abducted her at gunpoint. This, ladies, is why you need to have concealed weapons licenses, because these type of shitbags prey on you. He then allegedly drove the victim to another part of the parking garage where he assaulted her.
I think he went to the top. But
I think I know where you're going with this. You've been in that parking garage before?
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is this area they're talking about. This area is not the hood at all.
No, this is a high
dollar upscale area we're talking about. So I'm pretty sure she wasn't expecting that at all. In
but on the same token, I mean, you've been in that parking garage. I know I have. It's not well lit.
No,
it's a dark parking garage.
Yeah, it's very.
But we're talking about a high end. This is one of those. Perkins Row is an area where it's like a self-contained city. So they have a movie theater, they have restaurants, they have doctors' offices, they have condos, and
so it has a pretty good metropolitan area.
Yeah, I mean it's right. It's right 2 minutes from the big mall of Louisiana on Bluebonnet. It's in the heart of Baton Rouge,
which we just had a murder right there in Broad Daylight also.
But this is also an area, there's a McDonald's right there on the corner. They've had countless shootouts at that McDonald's. This is not the first time something
McRibs
like this has happened. You and your McRibs, you and your pig testings. This is not. This is an area where crap seems to happen at a lot. For it to be such a high-end, high-scale area.
Yeah, it's going.
Well, it's like New Orleans.
Whatever.
But it's very expensive to live there.
New Orleans is a joke.
Shit.
The sheriff's, the sheriff says Jesus Christ, sorry. The sheriff's office said the woman's boyfriend caught Curry driving off with the victim and fired a gun at the suspect. The victim then leapt from their own vehicle as Curry used it to flee the shopping center, deputies said.
Oh, I didn't know
So this dude popped a round off while his old lady's in the car?
Yeah, he was shooting at her. I mean, at the car with her, but she was in it. She was in the car with the guy.
And he was popping.
Yeah, he was popping rounds off.
Okay.
I know me and you would have the confidence to take that shot, but as a civilian, I'm not sure.
I think I have that. The Curry guy that did all this is right up top right here. If y'all want, that's the guy that abducted the young lady.
Yeah, that's him.
You know, let me see if I had another picture. This may be tied into the same one. if it is, I got a picture of him too. I think it may be the same guy. No, this was after a car thief. This is a different guy. Okay, yeah, this is a different guy. So, but yeah, this is him. He got his teardrop. You see his little teardrop right there by his little eye. He's a piece of shit. He looked like a pawpaw.
You sure? I mean, he's old. That could be skin cancer.
He definitely looks like a pawpaw.
Pawpaw will rape the fuck out of you, okay?
Sorry.
Male or female. He probably don't care. He probably sees a hole and wants to stick his cock in it, okay? So.
And I don't get what the.
I don't know. I don't get it either. I mean, it's just.
But don't worry about it. You know where he's going. Fucking Angola.
Well, he needs to.
He's going to get plenty of attention in there.
Oh, I'm sure he's probably going to hit all the little punks up. Come here, boy. He sure do got a pretty mouth.
Look mighty cute in them.
You look good in them skivvies. Come here. Well, dye your underwear pink with some red Kool-Aid.
I dropped the soap. Get over and get
it. Oh, yeah. I bend over and pick that soap up. Jed says the funny thing is we have a place called Murder Wiggles. It's just turned into a shell the other day. All the people quit. Seen the message last night. It just went out. Sad. The next story is
Did you put the picture up?
Of what? Curry?
The picture that I sent.
No, I got the picture.
Okay, the corrections officer.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and read it?
I mean, there ain't much to read.
We're going to give this dude a shout out. This dude
he's a stud.
He is a badass, okay? This dude ought to get badass of the award. Also,
how you ain't going to play that video?
What video? I'm putting a picture of him up.
Is this the dude that was chasing the other car and like pumping rounds out of the windshield?
No, that was badass.
No, that dude's badass. But this dude,
this is the corrections officer that took the pencil to the neck.
This dude's a little bit more badass. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This dude should get the badass of the year award right here. Right here. See, this got trigger warning, but if you get it, don't look.
Don't look.
If you get whatever, but this
He's
guy,
still number 2.
This guy right here, he is a straight up badass.
Ticonderoga all the way. Am I pointing the right way? I don't know. I'm slagging away. Yep. I mean, that dude, he's a corrections officer. I'm not sure. I can't pull the article up right now. Was he federal corrections or was he?
Let me see if I got it.
It wouldn't come back up on mine. But there was an altercation, and he ended up taking a pencil to the neck, and he's just laid back sitting in the ER like the cool cat that he is.
I got it right here.
No, he's secretly pissed.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Oklahoma Department of Corrections. So it's state. Sergeant Dustin Wilbanks is one badass hero who deserves every award for courage, strength, class leadership, and for setting example. Go back. Where's the rest of the story at? He says, from humanizing the badge, I'm seeking a word stronger than badass to describe Sergeant Dustin Wilbanks. He's definitely a dude I'd want to have on my back in a fight. An Oklahoma Department of Corrections employee has been awarded a 2021 ODOC Medal of Valor Award for his courage and strength of character after being violently attacked in October of 2021. Sergeant Wilbanks was working inside the Oklahoma State Penitentiary when he was attacked by a prisoner. Sergeant Wilbanks and his partner were escorting a maximum security prisoner to the shower, who, despite being handcuffed, was able to grip a sharp pencil and shove it into Sergeant Wilbanks' neck. It missed his esophagus by 1/8 of an inch.
Wow.
With the pencil sticking out of his neck, Sergeant Wilbanks and his partner, Sergeant Mandy Morgan, contained the attacker before anybody else got hurt. After the prisoners were secured, Sergeant Wilbanks walked himself to the infirmary and was later taken to a local hospital where he was back on the job within 1 week.
Jeez.
This badass hero deserves every award for courage, strength, class leadership, and for setting an example. Yeah. I mean, this dude.
If all they did was restrain that dude instead of straight up whipping his ass.
Well, they probably would put that in there. I hope.
This is for you, Will Banks.
I
right
hope
here,
this
buddy.
guy. I hope that inmate got his ass handed to him. This man. How many people even law enforcement, would have took a pencil in the neck like that and just laid there? Just wouldn't. That'd been useless.
Yeah, well, it's the mindset. He's got that warrior mindset. He stayed in the game.
That dude, this guy right here,
Because if he'd have spazzed out,
he'd have been spazzed
out. He'd have been dead.
Oh yeah, if he'd have started freaking out and got his blood pressure up and all that, he'd have bled out right there in the middle of the floor.
So this dude right here, straight up badass. Too bad we can't find out where he's at or try to reach out to him, get him to be a guest. That would
get him a MotorCop Chronicles shirt.
That would be him. That would be cool as shit.
Well, they said where he works, the DOC. And he's Sergeant Will Banks, and he just won the award. He can't be that hard to track down.
We can find him.
Yeah, we might try to. I tried to get that cop that rescued that kid on. I talked to his chief and got okay, but I never heard from him. But it's okay. But yeah, Sergeant Will Banks. Badass motherfucker award.
I don't know if I want to do a hot nuts tonight. I want to give him a BAMF award.
I don't have a badass song though.
What the fuck with the camera again?
Is you freaking out? I don't know. What's wrong with your camera? Yeah, you're freaking out. All right, next picture. This is the guy here. You can find the picture here. This guy right here, I believe. Let's see.
Oh, so this is the boyfriend.
No, this is a whole different story, I think, because it's a different area they're talking about. This story, I thought it was the same one too.
Okay, yeah.
But it's not.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's not. Totally different addresses on the incidents.
Yep, this guy up here. His name is Michael Calvin Pooh.
Yeah, Pooh.
Mr. Pooh Pooh.
He's Pooh.
He's 35 years old. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana also. This happened Saturday, April 16th.
That's the 225, boss.
Yeah, and ended up behind bars the same day. It all started when officers were called to the 10,000 block of Cletus.
That's Cletus, baby.
Cletus Drive.
We're all having a bad night.
Yeah, Cletus Drive. Officers found a person that had been shot in the back, and that person was taken to the local hospital with non-life-threatening industries. We're on some peach whiskey with non-life-threatening injuries. According to the affidavit, the victim said that he was shot in the parking lot area of the 2564 North Sherwood Forest Boulevard, which this used to be a nice area way back in the day and has turned into shitville.
They have had more shootings in this little stretch of Sherwood Forest over the last week.
It's not nice anymore. It's
definitely going home. But I'm just saying this is the hot spot right now in Baton Rouge. Everything's going on in this area this last several days.
An affidavit states a search of the apparent shooting scene did uncover multiple spent shell casings. Pooh called BRPD dispatch advising someone, hey motherfucker, somebody stole my car from the same parking lot that shooting happened in, according to the report person. I don't want to keep using that damn word. An investigation ensued that centered around the location of North Sherwood Forest Boulevard. Pooh evidently did not take the key out of his vehicle. That is when an unidentified person entered the running vehicle and attempted to leave the area. Don't you just love a thief? According to the affidavit, Pooh is observed on video surveillance footage producing. Oh, look at that. How much did I have to drink? Producing a producing a firearm and shooting multiple times at his stolen vehicle as it exits. Motherfucker, bring my car back. I need some gunshot sound effects. So he's
shooting his own car.
He's shooting his own car. The vehicle was riddled with bullets, and the alleged car thief. But I mean, he didn't ask to borrow it or nothing. He just got in and took my shit. Let's
role play real quick. Okay? Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi. Is this Progressive Insurance?
Yes.
Hi,
my name's George.
Hey, George. I'm calling because my car's got a bunch of bullet holes in it.
Oh, Lord, Mr. Man. How did that happen?
Oh, well, my dumb ass decided to shoot at my car when somebody was stealing it.
Oh, that's not covered. You have limited liability insurance, and because your cheap ass only wanted to pay $25 a month, and we don't insure 1996 Toyota Corollas for that much money, but we will be happy to total it out for you and send you a check for $125.
Can I get that in crack?
Anyway,
I don't know. I just don't think I could ever just shoot at my own vehicle if I knew that one. Of course.
Oh, I could imagine if somebody stole one of my vehicles. They ain't getting far.
Pooh was located.
But I'm also not dumb enough to leave the key in it.
Yeah,
true.
But your name's not Pooh. Pooh was located inside of a different vehicle with a semi-automatic firearm.
You don't say.
The 35-year-old was arrested and charged with 1 count of aggravated second-degree battery, 1 count of illegal use of weapons or dangerous instrumentalities. Pooh was booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on Saturday, April 16th, and released the following day. After he was unable to poo in jail, they released him under his own recognizance with a bottle of X-Lax.
Gave him some calcitrate.
Yes.
Oh, I'd definitely shoot up your car, Mel. I was talking about my truck, but your car's got full coverage. I'd throw a Molotov at that damn thing.
It's like, but Pooh, Mr. Pooh. God, I'd hate that going through the name with my name being Pooh. How's you doing? Mr. Pooh, are you having a shitty day?
Hey, Pooh, why don't you bend over and pick the soap up?
Yeah.
Wait, so I wasn't paying attention. Did he go to jail for shooting his own car?
Yeah.
Yes.
What you in jail for? I shot my own car.
I shot my own shit up, man.
Both of y'all sitting in there together, the guy that got shot at for stealing the car and the guy that shot at you. Like, we're going to finish
That's a hell of a conversation.
Yeah, they never said they never said they arrested the guy that got.
Of course,
if they got both of them, they're going to be sitting in a cell going, I'm going to fuck you up as soon as them guys go away.
That other one's probably still at the freaking Lady of the Lake with a bullet in his back.
Well, you want to see this next guy? Because they say Charles Manson died, but he didn't.
No.
Charles Manson is right here.
Quite alive.
Like right here.
The guy, North Carolina man torches.
Look at this guy right here. If he had that little cross between his eyeballs, he'd look exactly like Charles Manson. Look at him.
Hang on,
that's
holy shit.
I think that's Charles Manson's son.
Come back over here.
It's possible. He got around.
That's his illegitimate son. I think he had sex with.
Oh, damn. Yep.
Yeah.
This is me, right?
I don't know. Is that you? Do you look like that when you don't shave?
Yeah, is that what happens when you don't shave?
No. I got a few clients that look like that, though.
Take the article.
Video. A North Carolina man torches 4 squad cars outside of a 7-Eleven.
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 7-Eleven. Several state troopers were out on their breaks when a local man said, I'm tired of these bitches eating donuts all day, and set their patrol cars on fire.
Motherfucker took the last big gulp cup.
I'm tired. When I call the police, they say that they don't have enough officers.
Because they all just 7-Eleven.
That's a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's why.
Who takes a lunch break at a 7-Eleven?
Apparently, the guys in Statesville, North Carolina.
The whole shift, all 4 of them.
We're gonna go hang out over here at the 7-Eleven.
They were looking for Vicky.
Statesville, North Carolina. Wow, with several North Carolina State Highway Patrol officers, troopers in Iredell County were on their break inside a 7-Eleven in Statesville. Why were they all inside? A local man was busy setting 4 of their patrol vehicles on fire.
They had just put the new hot dogs on the roller. It was fresh.
Well, a lot of people don't know is 7-Eleven after at a certain time of the day, they actually throw away all their food.
Oh, so they were looking for free wieners?
Yeah, so like we used to go in there. I mean, we used to go in there and get all the, the churros and all that stuff. We would get like 20 or 30 of them a piece because they were throwing them away. And we would get our free big gulp and go sit in the parking lot and eat them.
Well, that's what happened to that 40-inch waistline.
So the troopers had to be evaluated for smoke inhalation. My unit's on fire.
Yep.
Can y'all call the crime scene eradicators for me?
It's like... But he got 4 of their cars. This fella right here, they said, I think he was mad because he wanted a big gulp. And he liked the fresh wieners too, and the cops ate all the damn wieners in there before them. And
to be fair, they didn't burn them all.
It's like, come on. But look at this dude. This is Charles Manson's kid.
They didn't even know about it. A passerby alerted them to say, hey, your shit's on fire.
I want to know what the cashier looked like.
Bullshit.
What did the cashier look like?
Look at the pictures, and you can see the picture of the one unit engulfed in flames.
Look, I got them right here.
None of the other units were in flames, but the following video shows all the other cars burnt to the ground.
Here's three
What kind of asshole sees a car on fire right next to their shit and don't pull?
Well, that's three of them right there.
Like, I'm saving my unit.
I pulled up.
No, but the picture above it, if you have it in your Rolodex there,
I don't have it, man.
Shows one of the officers standing directly in front of one of the cars that aren't on fire.
That's not an officer. That's the suspect. He's pouring gasoline on the hood of the car.
Oh,
just Charlie.
Because if you look on the left side of his body, he's holding the gas can.
What up, Charlie?
My bad.
It's all right.
What the hell kind of car is that, though?
Charger.
That badass.
Dodge Chargers, newer ones.
Shit.
Look like grocery getters with them rims on them, though.
But now in that video, that doesn't. Yeah, that's a Charger.
It's Chargers.
Yeah.
It looks like a Camaro type. The last one?
No, they're all Chargers.
They're all Chargers.
They don't have push bumpers.
Yeah,
and shit
that's the new body style with no push bumper.
Yeah, Charles don't like them.
He's like Mopar, no car, bitches.
Charles is a Ford fan. Where's my Crown Vic at?
Oh, you ain't telling me. I love you a Crown Vic.
But Charles right here, little Charlie. I think his name's Daniel, isn't it?
Daniel.
Yeah, he can. Yeah. That's a bad name for him. So we're gonna call him Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie. Charlie also wins the hot nuts in my eyes.
Can we just call him Freebird?
No, Freebird. Don't be messing with Freebird. I'm sure he's wishing he was here after he saw that picture I put up with him.
I'm sure he's playing with his pasties himself.
So let's go on to the next one.
Wait a minute. Never mind.
What?
Well, I was just thinking, we all know that he likes to wear a particular hat.
Oh, his fuzzy hat?
Yeah, well,
you gonna put it on the eagle's head?
I'm just saying he can spin the tassel on it and the tassels on it.
If I would have thought about it, I'd have put a fuzzy hat on him. This next one is Baltimore.
Baltimore.
We're gonna make this a 2-hour night.
We can cut it whenever y'all want. We're getting close, though.
All right, let's see. This is coming out of the Police Tribune. Baltimore police are eliminating police positions and hiring civilian investigators.
Say that word again.
Civilian investigators.
The fuck?
What?
Instead of filling law enforcement positions, they're hiring civilians to be investigators that have no law enforcement experience. They've never been to academy. I don't think they're going to carry guns or nothing. I don't know what I think they're giving them water pistols.
They're bringing in
with
35 civilian investigators.
This is the stupidest shit ever.
He announced, and I say that's Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott.
Let's go, Brandon.
I think I'm about to give him the Hot Nuts Award.
Great Scots.
He announced that the $5 million program as part of a $4 billion proposed spending plan for the BPD said the mayor's proposal called for eliminating 30 vacant sworn police officer positions and replacing them with civilian investigators. The civilians would help detectives and patrol officers in completing investigations by tracking down leads and searching databases. Ooh.
Wait a minute. No.
They're Facebook stalkers, huh?
Yeah. I think they're saying that they're going to let them access,
Are they going to let them access NCIC?
Jesus.
I hope to God not. Civilians have no right doing that. There's some shit on there that don't need to be seen by the general public.
Well.
It helps us with speed, and it helps us with frequency. We can get the cases faster, and we can take on more cases at the same time by adding this capacity. So you're going to add 30 people who have no freaking idea what they're doing, have no experience, no knowledge, no background, but you're going to think you're going to speed up and save time.
Yeah, with the civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But we're not trained enough. You guys only go to the academy for a couple months where I'm I have to go give dogs a vaccination, and I have to go to school for 4 years. Y'all need to go to school for 4 years, too. Okay, granted. Okay, yeah. We probably could use more training, but you're going to throw in 30 people who have no freaking clue what they're doing.
What was your last job? I was the fry guy at McDonald's. But
I worked on the ice cream machine.
I wanted to move up to make the McPossums for Holster, but they said I wasn't qualified. I wasn't qualified for that. But the police department hired me. Now I'm an investigator.
Well, see,
this is stupid. That's stupid as shit. Baltimore.
I was actually having a conversation with people locally about an issue we have. Now, does Louisiana have, like, I guess I always called them top flight security. You end up having like these guys that are like former military and stuff like that that are armed to the teeth.
You talking about like some triple canopy type guys?
You don't have that in Louisiana?
We have private security, but
and most of those aren't even armed.
Yeah.
We have a few.
Yeah, but see,
not
down
many.
here we have a tier system that, I mean, there's one tier that's right below a police officer. They don't hold power, but they had to have been a former police officer or military. And they basically take these groups of guys and throw them into the projects and go, have fun. And next thing you know, like, the cops are in there for about, 1 day, and they've arrested half.
We're just going to do. Yeah, no, we don't have those like that. But we're just going to do this one last story. And
Jared, you hit the nail on the head there, buddy.
We ain't going to do the other two. They can be done another time.
Yeah, we'll.
They're not really that important anyway. This next one's just short. I'm just going to mention it. About 100-something miles off the coast of Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico.
You fellas ever been to Mexico?
Mexico. They found 20 pounds of weed just floating around there.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Take it to New Jersey. The officers need it.
Just floating around. The Coast Guard found it, thank goodness. If somebody else would have found it, I'm sure
it would have been reported.
Yeah, it would never have been reported. So pay attention.
Like those guys that the weed rained down off the bridge today on their heads.
It was not today, but that's for another time also. He's always trying to get me to do.
Well, it's because you have really good stories. It ain't my fault you want to wait 20 years to share them.
I'm not going to wait 20 years. They found
you talking about the night he almost killed me? Yeah, that was fun.
Willie Nelson lost his ship, man. That's a good one, Jared. All right, so let's take a vote on some who y'all want for the hot nuts.
I'm gonna go with Charlie.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna keep score here. All right, we got Charlie. We got the man, the idiots filming themselves pointing guns at people. We got the guy that killed his girlfriend. You don't want to do that one? Okay. So not that one. We got the guy that decided to assault a woman in the parking lot. We got the
No, if anything, the guy shooting the guy and going to jail for stealing his car, that guy's a fucking close second. But anytime
we got that one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Charlie.
Charlie, let me see what we got.
Anybody that has the balls to walk up to a police car or anything with police officers nearby and do something like that, it's like the guy that robbed the fucking cops or tried to break into the car.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
But I still want to give our guy there in the Department of Corrections in Oklahoma. Dude, you're the man, bro.
Yeah, that dude is.
Well, didn't we say we're going to start doing that? Because we had the Billy Badass last week with the AR hanging through the window.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
That's something else. If folks haven't seen that video of that car chase, you need to go find that one. Because he's pumping lead out to his car, and they're doing upwards of 120 miles an hour, and he is right there.
He's one-handing it.
He is in that fight
on
the
steering
whole
wheel.
time.
So nobody else wants to vote on.
Come on, somebody vote. Who wants to vote out there? Sarah, I know you're watching. Who are you voting for?
Jared, who are you voting for?
Well, you had a bunch of different podcasters in here, too. I didn't know if you noticed that.
No, I can't see who's in here if
Jared's in there.
If they don't talk, I can just see how many people we have in here.
You're right, Jared. Happy 420 day.
Hell yeah. That's why I'm coughing so hard.
Melissa said she's going with Charlie.
Yeah, I got her. I was giving it a minute or two to.
You're right, Jared. They don't.
The guy filming, Todd, says he's doing with the guy filming with the guns.
Sarah said she's going to go with the Oklahoma DOC guy. She doesn't want to make him a hot nut. She just wants to give him the praise that he deserves.
Yeah, we're doing that. Anyway, that's regardless. But we got to figure out who y'all's hot nut is.
Well, it looks like the hot nut so far is going to end up being Charlie. Giving him a minute.
Charlie bit my finger.
Charlie.
Police call.
He might have thrown the cars on fire, but he's in the chocolate factory now.
Charlie.
That's fucked up in many different levels.
Yeah, he needs one of these.
Charlie.
He needs his rap whistle.
He needs his rap whistle. Looks like we're going to go with Charlie right here.
Charlie burned my cop car.
Charlie set my car on fire. There's Charlie right there. What we got? We get a.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie.
Hot nuts!
Gonna set your car on fire.
Why you at the 7-Eleven?
You're a stupid
7-Eleven. I had a watermelon big.
Oh, that's a throwback. Freezing action fast.
Yeah, you still got Freebird popping up on there. This clown.
No, wasn't I?
Them dumbass motherfuckers.
Kind of like Herman, I got him on.
Tell him, George Carlin.
You dumb motherfucker!
Where's my marshmallow at?
Dumbass.
Get Fred Sanford on here going, you big dummy.
I can work on it. I got lots of shit to do.
Them dumbass motherfuckers.
There's a dumbass motherfucker. So, the vet said Charlie too.
Dumbass. You dumb motherfucker!
So, I think they made some s'mores.
Motherfuckers.
What it is, they all filled their cars up and got them free hot dogs.
Congratulations, Charlie. You hot nut, you.
But I do want to say, after trying to set up my local podcast that I want to start doing for my local government and stuff like that, you guys have no idea what this dude right here does to make all this colorful and pretty shit. Because let me tell you, about an hour into it, I was ready to beat my freaking computer with a hammer. That all of this takes special skills that are beyond a lot of people. So, yeah, he spends hours doing this shit.
Yes, he does.
I appreciate it.
Iceman is the man.
We miss Freebird. Hopefully he'll be here Wednesday because I still got another surprise for him. I appreciate everybody that's coming in and listening.
We love all you
watching.
guys.
We got the box, of course.
And we got a lot of activity going on in the political realm, so make sure you guys come on back and check us out on the Liberty Freedom Whiskey Podcast.
Yes, and we got box.
That box. You keep my head up and fed up in that box.
Of course, we got the Did You Know guy. He didn't do any tonight.
Hey, did you know that Holstera's done doing Did You Knows unless you guys asked for him? Because I have my buddy. He's sitting behind me. He goes, "Why the fuck do you do that? It's stupid."
And
He's the Iceman. Yeah, he's the Iceman.
And I didn't say it in the beginning. If y'all are still here, remember to go like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
Ring
if you're
bells.
on Apple Podcasts or something, give us a review. Write it. I'll shout you out. Spotify, I think you can just review and not, but you can't write anything.
Give us those 5 stars.
Share it with your friends. Helps with the algorithm. Help us get bigger. And
just play in your front yard on a loudspeaker.
Yeah, or do that.
And for sure, tell your grandparents to turn it on and listen because we love them.
Yeah, we love the old people.
Most of their grandparents we probably get along with.
Anyway, till like I said, should be putting out a guest episode this Sunday. So, what we doing on the other one? Friday or Saturday? Probably Saturday because I got stuff to do Friday night.
Always, we'll move it.
All right,
we'll move it. Like
Saturday
always.
night, I'm going to be in Houma at the East.
You're gonna be a homo?
I'm gonna be in Houma. Houma.
Y'all always trying to pass it off as homo.
It's better
every time the Weather Channel goes there. It's homo.
It's homo.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be at the East Park Rec Center. I got to produce a wrestling show, so come out and see me.
Be safe, everybody.
Can't be good, be good at it.
Thanks for watching. And remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you. We're out.